We are here with Miami receiver Xavier Restrepo, who said, I woke up this morning, I'm already one step ahead, which is a great attitude to have. Great way to look at the world. But didn't you guys, I mean, this is early, but weren't you and Cam Ward up earlier than this most mornings?
Oh, yeah, this is definitely sleeping in. I mean, me and Cam are first ones in the building every single morning. So, yeah, I'm kind of used to waking up early.
Andy, sorry for my co-host. He introduced you wrong. This is Xavier Restrepo, the most underrated player in college football this year. I mean, how do you feel?
I wanted to warm it up to that.
No, I mean, I've said it on the show.
No, you're right. A million times.
Watching you play this year was a pleasure. And
thank you.
I'm just wondering, like, when you have a knack for getting open and like never dropping the ball, like I know routes and all the things that you have to, it's all hard work and stuff, but like, is there a natural ability to just get open, you think? Like if you possess that, is that something that puts you ahead of the game, or is that something you have to really work on?
Yes, sir. Great question. I actually think what you're talking about is just, I mean, I've grown up in South Florida my whole entire life, you know, been going to, you know, premier athletes with Coach Sly and, you know, out there at Goldfield with Tevin. And I mean, if you don't have the urge to, you know, get a rep even, you'll be there for 2 hours and not get a rep, you know? And then, I mean, at that, it's like you have 80 guys around you, and you better not embarrass yourself. You know? I'm not going to lie, I did embarrass myself a couple of times, but that just all led me up to, you know, the guy I am today and the competitor I am today.
Well, so I've been to like 7-on-7 team tryouts down in Miami and in Broward, and it's like, you're right. The fight for reps is real.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And you see the guys that are kind of like the shrinking back, and they'll get eaten alive. And what is it like for a young receiver when you are going against the level of talent that you have to go against down there in terms of the DBs and the speed, and you got these long rangy dudes who can run?
Right. No, for sure. I mean, I just think it gets you ready for the next level, you know, when you go out to all these college camps and you just consistently see, you know, South Florida guys going rep after rep. It's not surprising, you know, because we do that in training. We don't even have to have a camp to do that, you know? So I think it just gets us ready for the next level, honestly.
I mean, I think that there could be like a way to coordinate people getting reps.
There's got to be. It is. They want it to be a survival of the fittest. It'll be like that out here in the Senior Bowl practice. It's the same thing.
Whoever can fight to get onto the field
wants to take the rep.
That's good to hear then.
Yeah. Oh, no. You're so we were talking about getting open. And I was thinking about, you know, watching you play this year. There's so many times when things broke down, and Cam's obviously great at improvising, but when things broke down, do you just kind of smile? Because like that's always the time you'd see you kind of move a little bit and then just, hey, let's go.
You're always like leaking behind the secondary and finding a spot.
Right. Yes, sir. I mean, again, I know it sounds crazy, but we work on all these things. You know, me and Cam and the other receivers, Jacoby, Zahor, and Sam Brown, all those guys, we work scramble drill after practice, you know, and we always end the practice off and our extra work after practice off with the scramble drill. And it'll be times where, you know, Cam is a character, you know, so some days he'll try to troll you and stuff like that. So, I mean, there'll be some days after practice, after we put our work in, where he'll turn 6-7 times, wait for you to get all the way to the other side of the field. He's that type of guy. So, I mean, but again, it's all for a reason, obviously, you know, because you see guys running behind people and wide open, him making the throws and stuff like that. So, yeah.
So I got to ask you one of a play like that, because he's trolling you, but he's also practicing for real situations. Right. The touchdown catch in the Duke game where he runs around for like 10 seconds and then throws it through 2 sets of hands. And how did you see that ball?
So originally I knew he was throwing the ball to me. We were a little bit off page or whatever with like the other receiver and Cam or whatever. Cam just came to the sideline. He was like, I was waiting for him to go the opposite way, but sometimes it ends up like that, you know? And I mean, when you practice things so much, it's kind of just like golf. You get lucky sometimes.
Well, that's when the ball comes, because did it touch the DB's hands, or did it just kind of go by it?
Yeah, it touched the DB tipped it. And I was waiting on the tip. Had it not been tipped, it would have probably been a harder catch. But I knew it was going to get tipped or something like that. I was just waiting for the rebound.
Yeah, I guess it is. Sometimes you get lucky. I don't know.
I don't think that was luck.
It's like it's just like
there's any luck involved
just catching the ball perfectly in the air. Yeah. I don't know if that was luck, but that's nice of you to say. You know what I think is interesting is that Miami's trajectory as a program has been something that's been, debated and talked about for quite some time. And I feel like you guys took a major step in the right direction there. What was it like, getting together with Cam, getting that team together and having the year that you guys had? And what do you think about, Hurricane football moving forward in terms of where Mario's got it going?
No doubt. I feel like our DNA took a tremendous jump this year, in the step of, being that program again. I feel like, Coach Cristobal is a great coach, an elite recruiter, So, guys are going to come down here. Guys it's kind of scary how, the NIL stuff is working now and stuff like that. Just need some, loyal guys and some guys that just really want to play football and not want to do it for the fame and stuff like that. And, I think Miami is back,
So you're a South Florida guy who chose Miami. And I'm curious about that because, down there, everybody knows the U. I'm sure there are, because you were born in what, 2002?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's a hell of a year to be born, by the way. Miami football,
but,
yeah.
Well, they won their last national title in January 2002. So those stories was that passed down from parents, from relatives, like, because you didn't get to see that.
Mm-mm. So I kind of grew up watching like Duke Johnson and Stacey Coley, those guys.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't really get to see quote unquote the glory days, But being from South Florida, I'm a South Florida fan, whether it's hockey, baseball, basketball, football, whatever. I was always a South Florida fan.
So Kachuk's your guy?
Yeah.
With the Panthers?
Yeah.
Is that a hockey thing?
That's a hockey thing.
He's been getting it done. Amazing player. But yeah, I've been a Miami fan my entire life. And again, I didn't want anything other than to run out that smoke.
It's Keith Kachuk's son.
It is Keith Kachuk's son.
Yes, I know who Keith Kachuk is.
There you go. Get yourself a State and Liberty black waffle knit hoodie. This is amazing. I love this thing. It is tremendous. State and Liberty, you do not have to sacrifice comfort for quality or for fit. This is a place that, if you're somebody who works out, who takes care of yourself, they're going to make sure that they accentuate what you're doing. And it's not one of those things that you're getting a shirt that has a big gut on it for all the people with the big guts. No, they make sure you're going to look good. The stuff holds up in the wash. It's incredible. So from suits to dress shirts to polo shirts to stuff like this, very casual hoodie I can wear just about anywhere. StateandLiberty.com. Use the code STAPLES and you get 10% off your first purchase. They don't go on sale very often. So load up. Code STAPLES, 10% off your first purchase. But running out the smoke, that's the thing. Like, I wondered if that was still, what does that feel like?
It brings me, if I'm being honest, it brings me chills every single time I do it. I like to go in the back, like the last one, just to I don't know. It's like a mind thing. It's like, all right, all my guys are ready. Like I see all my guys are ready. Now it's time for me. It's just kind of that mental thing. And every single time I run through the smoke, it's just, just brings complete chills to my body.
So guys have different. Some guys want to be the first out. Some guys. So who will always want to be the first out?
Usually the captains for that game.
Okay.
And then, there's always guys that love to sprint out there, linebackers, running backs, stuff like that. These guys that are crazy. I like to just, soak it all in, because it did go by fast. I'll tell you that.
I think there's this notion that because Miami is in South Florida and, Miami, not the college, but the place is a pretty crazy place that whenever anybody goes on a recruiting visit there, that it's like some insane experience. Like, what is a Miami recruiting visit like? And does it ever go
in the
off
NIL era?
Yeah. What are we talking about here?
Right. We go out to some restaurants on Key Biscayne. Key Biscayne is kind of where, we go for official visits and stuff like that.
You're speaking Ari's
I
language
just
here.
I don't understand no offense, because I get in trouble when I do this. I got in a bunch of trouble with what Oklahoma fans a few years ago because I said I'd rather live in LA than Norman. But it's just like I don't know what. For me, I'm a very superficial human. So it's
being able to get to Key Biscayne in 15 minutes seems like a little bit of an advantage.
It's like, look, there's a yacht. Okay, I'm going to come here.
Right, for sure. And although it has been a little chilly, in South Florida lately. Again, December 25th, Christmas, it was 70 degrees outside. You know, so
we know you guys bring the heaters out when it gets to 60.
oh yeah,
I've been at those restaurants where they bring out all the heaters.
I'm double jacketed up, double sweatpants up. I'm all that.
Double sweatpants, huh?
Oh yeah.
Is
Oh,
that
yeah,
comfortable?
Yeah,
That sounds pretty miserable
it's smooth. It's
to
smooth.
me.
I'm a Floridian too, so I
Do you do
listen,
double sweatpants?
sometimes.
I've never heard of that.
The
before
blood
in
is
my life.
very thin now, Ari. It's very thin. So Xavier, what do you want to get out of this week here?
I just want, honestly, some respect, not only to prove others wrong, but to prove myself right. I believe in myself a lot. It's always been that way. And again, I'm just here to create relationships, build bonds with, guys that I'm playing with that, I haven't been able to play with, for the last 5 years. Meeting great dudes, and just enjoying the entire process. This is an event that, not everybody gets to be invited to and soak in. So I'm just super excited for the opportunity.
I know you can't say just watch the tape, but aren't you a kind of person who can say watch the tape?
I'll leave that for you guys to say.
I mean, I do think that the draft process at times, from an outsider looking in, gets too fixated on how well did he do the cone drill and not enough about the tape. The tape is there for me, but you said not just to prove people wrong, but to prove yourself right. But when people are negging your game, what are they saying? What are the things that you feel like you need to improve on, and what are the doubters criticizing?
I mean, someone's always going to have something to say, when you're doing things right, you're always going to have those guys, that are criticizing you in every single which aspect, I don't really, if I'm being honest, I don't really pay attention to all the negativity. I know there is some negativity out there. I'll jump on, Instagram every once in a while and see a negative comment, stuff like that. That's the only reason why I know there's negative things being said. But I don't really pay attention to that. I just try to fill myself or fill my mind with, positivity and good vibes.
Well, not just the trolls who say things online, but coaches and people that you're prepping for the draft with. What do they think that you need to prove as a receiver? Because catching and getting open isn't one of them, in my opinion. I don't know. What else is there to prove?
I guess, I could always improve my speed aspect. I don't think people understand how fast I am. Just because, in the game, I'm really never running full speed. I'm working my way through defenses and stuff like that. So I think speed is definitely a question out there, which is completely fine because, at the end of the day, I'm a football player. I think I get open sometimes, and catch the ball when the ball's thrown at me.
Yeah, sometimes.
And
Sometimes, all the time,
Yeah.
and catch it every time. That's what we were arguing. Did you
ever
drop a
drop a
pass all season?
I dropped a 50-50 ball, Duke game, actually. The record-breaking game. I dropped a stupid pass. I won't live myself up with that one, but
That's all right. You got all the other.
If it's a 50-50 ball,
You got the other 70.
yeah. It touched both of my hands, so it's definitely a drop. 100%.
Yeah. What are we forgetting to talk about right now? Because you seem like an interesting human. Tell me something.
I know I referred to golf earlier. I love the golf. I'm addicted to golf.
Really?
Yeah,
When
yeah.
did you do it in high school? Did you pick it up during
I
college?
picked it up COVID year.
Okay.
So actually, my old quarterback, Tyler Van Dyke,
Mhm.
he got me into it, and I just learned the hard way. Going out, losing 1,000 balls, and just finding out.
Are you actually pretty good now?
I'm a 5.3 handicap right now.
Holy
What does that
crap.
mean? Does that mean you shoot 77 on a par 2 or a
No.
par 72?
The handicap system is weird. It's I shoot from high 70s to low 80s.
Okay, so just
I shot-
4 years or
I shot 77 on Friday before I came here.
Very nice.
Yep.
I mean, that's not something that you're supposed to be.
So
able
you're
to
gonna
do
be
that
you're gonna be the
quickly.
quarterback's best friend wherever you go because they all play golf.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's a few guys like Brandon Dorless last year was an Oregon dealer. Now he's a Broward guy,
Yeah, he's from
but
Deerfield,
his dad was a golf pro, so he's a
Okay.
huge golfer.
really.
So if you wind up playing with him, you
No, for
Well,
sure.
I mean, that's just the funniest thing about athleticism too. Is just I've tried to play golf before. It's like I think it would take me like more than 4 years to shoot that well. Like
Because you're not an elite athlete like this one.
Is that what happens? Does that
Yes.
translate to golf?
Yes.
I mean, I'm more of a shot
Incredible
guy.
hand-eye coordination. Incredible hand-eye coordination. Like, well, I don't know, there's a ball bouncing off of Duke DB's hands way over here,
Yeah.
but I'm going to catch it. It's no problem.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe you're not a Cigs and Diet Coke guy, but maybe you and I shouldn't play together. Then.
No doubt. That's hilarious.
Well, Xavier, good luck this week, and I'm not worried about you. I
Thank
think
you,
it'll
guys.
be just
Appreciate
fine.
It's great to have you
Thank you,
on.
guys.
Thanks for being here, Xavier.
Appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.